Hello my fellow soulmates and food lovers. This is the second week in the Argentine month. All of this January now until February we will have Argentine recipes. I want to show you my favorite recipes. So one of these recipes is something super typical. You can get it everywhere, empanadas criollas. It's a filled pastry. If you know Cornish pasties from the UK, then you can kind of relate to what this is like. And this is what I'm going to do with you today. So a very typical Argentine recipe. It's super delicious, very tasty, and you will love it. The one that I'm going to do today is an empanada de carne a cuchillo, which means cut meat. So we're not going to make it with minced meat, which is very typical as well. You can get that version in Argentina, but I'm going to show you the one with a very nice sirloin steak in it. The second type of empanada that I'm going to show you today is caprese, which is tomato and mozzarella and some basil. So in order to make these two, let's check out what we need in the ingredients. I decided for the video to just use the ready-made ones. You know, I have this amazing Hispanic shop around the corner and they actually sell the most common brand for empanadas. So there's two things in this video, that I want to show you today. First of all, I want to show you how to make two different fillings for an empanada. And then second, I'm going to show you the different kinds of shapes. According to the shape, you will know exactly what kind of empanada you're looking for. I hope you enjoyed. Let's start. Now you might have noticed I'm not in the typical kitchen that I'm usually in. Well, empanadas are such a typical thing. You also do that at home. So why not just do an empanada at home? So the first thing that we're going to do is prepare the first filling with the beef. First of all, put all the onions in there together with the red bell pepper. Now what you can see is that I love to leave it really opaque and I don't want to get it really brown. So when the onions and the bell pepper are very, like soft and glassy, we can add our meat. Now we're gonna add the flour. Now add the rest of the condiments. Be careful with the spice though. I use crushed chilies. They also have this really spicy pips in there. Just a bit of sprinkles on top. When everything is a little bit cooled off, we can put in the olives and the eggs. While we are waiting for it to cool off, we can prepare the second filling. Now for the second filling, it's super easy. We only have literally 3 ingredients and we're just gonna combine them into a bowl. First of all, the tomatoes. If you have tomatoes that have seeds, remove all of it. Otherwise it's gonna be super juicy inside and then they're gonna spill everywhere. Now the basil. Now add some salt and pepper to your liking. I like to put a little bit more because I know that this mozzarella doesn't have much flavor. It looks great! Now we need to complete first filling with putting our olives and the eggs into the beef mixture. First of the eggs and then the olives. Oh my god, this smells so good. There's so much love in this pan. And very spicy. Now while we chill both mixtures in the fridge, we can preheat our oven to 200 degrees. Now to have the beef mixture infused with much more flavor, you can also rest it in the fridge overnight. Let's dive into them! First of all, we're gonna get a piece of dough, put it in the middle, grab a little bit more than a spoonful, so let's say 1.5 maybe. And then we're gonna seal the edges. Take a bit of water, put them around the edges of one side only, and then choop. Now we want to make sure that this is pressed down firmly so that nothing can go outside. How they are folded and how the shape is, it's what it's called repulgue. So whenever you go somewhere, you just know it's a meat-filled one and it might be even spicy. So go ahead, you take one side, and flip it over. Take another side and flip it over. Take another side and flip it over. Flip it over, and so on. That's what it looks like. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to prepare one with the mozzarella filling. Now, because the caprese is not a very typical Argentine kind of empanada, you may find it also in other shapes. So that is just a kind of shape that I do. Now, you're gonna just make it like that. So you flip it over, but then you make 4 beautiful spikes. 4 beautiful spikes. Ta-da! Now, I can come to the second thing that I wanted to show you today. So different kinds of repulgues. If you have an empanada called empanada de choclo or empanada de humita, and that's filled with corn, so that's another vegetarian version. So let me show you how these ones look like. Fold it once, twice, 3, maybe 4 times, the way you like, you know. And then pop them upwards. It looks a little bit like an old dinosaur with all the things on top, as you can see here. You know, this one, choo, 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 choo. Now I'm going to show you guys how the one looks like that you can get filled with chicken, which is called empanada de pollo. We'll take a fork. And press down the edges. I'm going to show you one more version. Obviously there are several ones, you can fill it up with anything, but I'm going to show you another one that is super common that you can eat, which is una empanada de jamón y queso. A typical pastry filled with cheese and ham. Super easy, it's so good, oh my god. Now we're going to do it exactly like we did with the one filled with mozzarella. You're going to flip up the edges, but then what you're going to do is seal it in the front. Do you see that? Seal it in the front so that it looks nice and tiny, as like something in the middle. I'm gonna fill up the whole thing now with my empanadas de caprese and empanadas de carne a cuchillo, and then we're gonna pop it into the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes. I usually do it around 12 minutes or something like that. Now the last tip from my side, make sure the ones that have cheese in them, you're gonna, you know, pop a little bit of holes in there because the cheese is gonna expand, everything is gonna be super fluid. So just make sure you do that, otherwise it's gonna spill everywhere where it's gonna find its way. Now we're gonna pop some egg wash on top. And off they go into the oven. Ta-da! Here they are ready. Look at these gorgeous little empanadas. Just the way I love it. I hope you enjoyed making them. I would love you to subscribe to my channel so that you can see other videos as well. I'm gonna do 1 country per month. So this month is gonna be all about Argentina, and you're gonna have loads and loads and loads of more information and videos regarding their food culture. So make sure to subscribe. Leave me a comment as well if you are Argentine or have been to Argentina. What are your favorite treats that you can get in Argentina?